This is the HMAR Mobile Tech channel. Today I'm working on a 2012 Nissan Sentra with a 2-liter. And the complaint is it's got some drivability problems and a little bit sluggish, and from when they stop at a stoplight or whatever, when they go to accelerate, and it's doing it intermittently at the moment. So I'm trying to find any kind of evidence at all that will point me into the direction of what the problem is. Now, I looked up Nissan service and found that the fuel pressure should be at 51 psi while the engine is idling. So what I'm going to show you today is using my Launch Pro Mini. I'm going to do what's called a fuel pressure release. So up there at the very, very top, procedure. It's got this little safety cap on it that has the up arrow, and it basically just fits over the fuel line so it can't come loose. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area because you're going to have the engine running for a few seconds here, and then you're going to continue cranking it to make sure that there's no fuel pressure, no fuel left in the fuel rail. So I'm gonna go here, and it's going to say fuel pump will stop by touching start in the idling. Crank a few times after engine. So what this is saying is I need to, first of all, start the engine. Okay, so the engine's running. Now I go up here and I press OK. And then as long as I'm holding start, it's turning off the fuel pump. So I'm going to hold start here. So it turned off the fuel pump relay, and then I'm going to crank it again. And then I'm going to crank it again. And this just ensures that there's no fuel pressure left in the fuel line, so when I disconnect it, I don't get a grenade of fuel in my face. So this is exactly how you're supposed to do this step. And in the next clip, I'll show you how to check fuel pressure. Okay, so just be mindful, as soon as you turn everything off, don't recycle, and rather don't turn the key back on again, because then there'll be a couple second prime to the fuel pump will turn on and pressurize that fuel rail. So make sure you don't turn the key on in this process. As soon as you turn the engine off, after you just did what I just showed you, then you'll come over here and you'll get ready to take off the fuel line here that goes into the fuel rail right there. So this is what I'm going to be taking off next. Okay, put on your safety glasses for this step, okay? Wear some gloves, you don't want fuel on you. And a shop towel. And you'll need a kit that looks like this, and I believe it's this smaller 5/16 adapter to release the little prongs. Just get these two yellow teeth in there and just keep pushing up. And then I like to push down on the fuel line a little bit, and helps the little teeth in this tool release it. And then once it's released, it'll pop up. So it shouldn't be super difficult to get loose, and that's what you're trying to overcome there, are these little teeth that kind of go like this, backwards. And what this does is it pushes it, and then it pushes those teeth back so that it can be released. And then once you release it off, just make sure you have a little towel here to catch the fuel, and be gentle with this, because it is flexible, but it could break. So don't bend it, full 180 degrees or 90 degrees or whatever. Just try to be gentle with it. I found this on eBay, I don't know, a couple years ago, from this brand, Han Guy Q, if you can see that. And what I really like about it is that it was about 20 bucks from China, and it measures in MPa, so you just have to get a conversion on it. And what I like about it is it has one going in with the male and then the female. So for this type of system, it has the female and the male. And so what you do is you just make sure that this end here is the same as the fuel rail. And it's good. I don't have any doubt that it's going to fit. What I always like to use is, because these fuel pressure testers always have little rubber O-rings, I like to use a little bit of this. Okay, now what this is going to allow me to do is it's going to allow me to check running fuel pressure. Then you want to make sure that it doesn't come back out once you put it all the way in. Then connect that other end down. So double check your connections. Everything feels good and tight. And then lay your gauge to where you can see. And so I'm going to start the engine, and what I'm looking for is I'm looking for it to be above 0.3 MPa, which is around 49, 50, 51, I don't remember exactly, but maybe it'll be more like in the middle, in between 3 and 0.3 and 0.4. And just to double check to make sure there's no leaks, so I'll turn the key off, turn it on, or the key will already be off. I'll turn it on, I'll turn it off, I'll turn it on, and I'll prime it, and then I'll just go double check for leaks. Then you start it up. It looks pretty good. Don't forget to check volume. Volume is when you have the fuel line, no fuel pressure gauge connected to it, and then you get a suitable container and you just have a helper crank into a bottle. You should get about 8, 9, 10 ounces within 10 seconds of cranking. So about an ounce per second, which is pretty much the standard for any vehicle. So I'm going to crank the engine for approximately 10 seconds without stopping. See how much fuel we get. Let's see what we got. So it looks like I got about 12 ounces here, which is awesome fuel volume. That is very, very good. So this fuel system test for pressure and volume is double thumbs up. Let's reconnect the fuel line here. And always a good idea to make sure that these little teeth are in good condition. And then you just stick it right on and push it straight down and listen for that little click, that snap, and then I like to just double check and make sure it's actually on. And then I push back down on it, and then this little safety cap that goes on has the arrow on it facing up, and so it just should fit right around the connector points. Just like that. And then start the engine up and check for leaks. If there's no leaks, everything's good. You've done a good job. If you felt I did a good job, subscribe, like, and share. I'll see you on the next one.